hear me okay?
Yes. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, can everybody hear her? I'll put my mic over here. If you're gonna be a live kitty, you can't bother me. Okay, just scribbling to bring her in a little bit. So for some reason my chest is like hurting really badly. Like I'm having a hard time catching my breath or breathing, but it's also like the middle of my chest hurts. So I want to contribute this to like heart, lungs. But it's like I really can't breathe. Like I'm having a really hard time doing that. Or catching a breath, I should say, or taking a deep breath. Like it hurts to take a deep breath. That makes sense.
Yeah.
And also for some reason my ear is hurting. I don't know why, but like my ear and head are hurting. So I'm just explaining to you like what's going on in my body, and like I said, it could be symptoms or ailments. It may or may not relate to like her passing, but she's like putting a sharp pain in my temple, which I can also get if like there's a lack of oxygen. I can also get kind of like a headache with that.
Yeah.
But I also keep hearing the word mama. So, is this your mom?
It's my grandmother.
Your grandma.
But, my mom. I mean, it's my mom's mother.
Okay.
Yeah.
But did she like, because it's almost like someone would say like, "Hey, mama," or like that's what I keep hearing over and over. And usually whenever I get like mother figure, again, it can be grandmother, mom, but she keeps saying like mama, but she could just be telling me she's mama, but I don't know if she was ever called that.
Yeah, my mom called, a lot of people called her mom. I called her grandma Maria.
My ear keeps hurting. She's she feels like she's like one of those very hands-on, very grandmotherly, motherly like people, you know what I mean? I don't know if she liked to teach a lot of things or did she like to cook?
Yeah.
Because I keep getting like her using her hands a lot in the kitchen. And I hear from scratch. So does she like to make a lot of things from scratch?
Yeah, she does. She loved to cook. She cooked for everybody.
Okay. Because that's what she's showing me, but she's like from scratch, and I feel like she had like does she have like some recipes that she left?
Yeah, I mean, well, no, I mean, yes and no. She would just show us, you know. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. She didn't have any specific recipes.
Right. Well, I'll see it as a symbolism. So, like, these are my recipes. So, like, but it's almost like she carried that down. So, like, she taught you, and so that when she was gone, you could continue her recipes. Makes sense.
Yep. Definitely.
But I feel like, too, like, she's the type of person that will tell you how it is. So, like, if you weren't doing it right, she's going to tell you. Or if you didn't put enough, like, this or enough of that, she's going to tell you. Because she keeps, like, saying, like, you don't put enough salt or you don't put enough this or that. Like,
Yeah.
I keep hearing her, and she has kind of this little bit of an accent to her voice that I keep hearing. Like, she's like a typical, like, Spanish grandma.
Yeah, she is.
That's how it's coming across, and I feel like sometimes she would even talk fast. Like, did she know Spanish?
Oh, yeah, that was her first language.
She's rambling off Spanish to me, and I'm like, I don't know what you're saying, but it's more or less to just, like, tell you, like, that's how, when she would get, like, into it, like, she would, like, talk fast. Talk fast Spanish, and I don't know if I keep wanting to go like this with my hands, so I know she's talked a lot with her hands, too, because I keep wanting to go like this, like, tell you how things are, but putting a lot of oomph into it, because she's very spicy. She's very spicy. She's very loving and nurturing, but spicy. And she would, like I said, tell you how it is. And I feel like even if you went to her for advice, like, she'd tell you how it is. Like, I don't know where, like, the boy or, like, man advice come in at. Did you ever go to her about that?
About like men advice?
Yes, or boys, okay, because she keeps talking about that. Like, come to talk to me about these boys, and she kind of rolls her eyes, like. It wasn't.
I can totally see that happening. Yeah.
I rolled my eyes too, because it's almost like, it's not really something she wanted to hear about or give advice on, because I feel like she is very independent.
Yes.
And she's saying the advice, like, never depend on a man. That's her advice to everybody that's listening right now.
Yeah.
But she's one of those
very independent.
Yes.
She was always true to herself.
And that's what I see too, is like, she's doing a lot of stuff alone, and regardless of if she had, like, she had a partner or whatever, like, I see her, like, off alone doing her own stuff. Like, she was her own woman, and she was always, like, to always depend on yourself. And that's just how she was. She's this very spicy, outgoing, but she also has this, other side to her that's very gentle and kind. But she's cracking me up over here. Because it's like she's in her personality's coming out, because she's really, like, in my head, just like.
Yeah, she can talk for hours.
I can't keep up here. I can't keep up. Yeah. Oh my goodness gracious. And I feel like she'd tell you advice whether you wanted it or not.
Yeah.
But what is it with, like, the shoes? Like, she want people to take their shoes off when they come in? Or, I'm trying to understand this, because she's showing me, like, pointing at, like, your shoes, like, take off your shoes, like, if they were dirty or something. And then I see people walking around in socks. So, I don't know who it is that wants the people to take off their shoes when they come in, or was like, no, we got to keep my floor clean kind of thing, because I feel like she kept everything neat and tidy.
Yeah, she was cleaning every night. She would literally mop the floor every single night.
So maybe that's what it is. Like, she didn't want her floor dirty, because I keep seeing, like, she's making people take off their shoes and walk in their socks. So
she never made us do that.
That could be like that, but that could be like, it's almost like men with, like, dirty boots or dirty shoes, like, more like if they were dirty, like, take them off. This might be something more specific to someone else, but or it can just be symbolic, like, she just liked her floor clean, because she just keeps showing me, like, people walk around in their socks on her floor. I could be misperceiving that. I don't know. Oh, I lost the picture. I feel like family was super important to her. Like, she always liked to be around her family. She was always crazy about babies or something. Like, she keeps holding babies and, like, to them.
Yeah, she actually, I don't know if you want me to tell you how she passed.
Don't tell me yet.
No, okay. But just know there's a baby related, so that's maybe a relation.
Well, I keep seeing. Well, I keep like, so I don't know if she really liked babies.
Oh yeah.
Because there's this boy I keep seeing her, and she's like to the baby's face, like she just like loves babies.
Yeah.
She keeps bringing up a baby, so it might be more too. There might be more to that. Like one of those multiple meaning things. Like, did she get pregnant older or something?
No, but it, like I said, it relates sort of to how she passed, so I don't know if you want me to tell you.
I don't know, because she's giving me, like, bits and pieces. Like I said, she makes me not be able to, like, breathe and stuff. But then there's a reference to, like, she keeps showing me this baby that she keeps loving on. And I don't know the relevance to it. Ugh. She might not know how to show me. We'll see.
Okay.
I feel like she was also very adventurous. So, it comes across as like, oh, I want to go shopping here, or I want to go look here, or like I see like her walk. Did she like to go shopping and stuff?
Yeah, she would. I mean, she was everywhere. She was never really home.
That's
like,
why
she was home, she was cooking.
I keep seeing her like walking around like stores and stuff like that. Like, she liked to be out and about.
Oh yeah.
And that's the way that it comes across. But it also comes across as like, hey, I like to go in these stores. I like to go shopping, or let me take like a spur of the moment trip. Like,
yeah,
she's very she tried to be really, like, she's very young at heart.
Yeah, definitely.
So does the lungs and the head come into play with her, though?
A little bit. I just honestly am not quite sure, just because, like I said, it kind of relates to how she passed. If that's the case. I know when she was alive, she did have, she's had pneumonia in the past, and she did have a lot of, like, chest pain. Like, she would get anxiety. And she'd have to take, like, gabapentin, things like that. But as far as, I don't know if it connects to her passing, I don't really know how she felt when she passed.
Okay.
Because it was tragic.
Yeah. And that's why I was kind of getting, and I think that's why she's having kind of a hard time going into it. Like, as she's trying to, like, she's having a hard time showing me, because it's almost like, I want to say, like, she's the type of person that would do anything for her kids or her grandkids, and she would always put herself before them.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's kind of the way that it's coming in. So, I don't know if in some way she put herself before a child.
Yeah.
And it led to a tragedy, like almost like a hero. I get like almost like a hero vibe.
Yeah, like, kind of.
Like, I'm putting myself, and that's the way she's showing it to me, is like I'm putting myself before this child. Freaking head hurts. Was she ever... Where does the school come in at?
School?
Yeah. I don't know. Was she ever involved in, like, the school? Or are you going to school? Or I don't really know.
I'm a teacher, actually.
Okay, that's it. Because I was like, was she a teacher? But she's talking about you. Okay, I got it. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a teacher.
All right. That makes sense. Because I was like getting teacher vibe, and I was like, was that her or you? I was trying to. Sometimes they talk about you guys, and I can't tell the difference what they're talking about. So she's just talking about like you being a school teacher.
Yeah.
Like her being super proud of that for some reason. Because she says you work really hard to get where you are.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
So, in a way, was her passing like a sacrifice?
No, I mean, do you want me to tell you?
Don't tell me.
No.
I'm trying to get it.
Okay,
but that might be why I'm blocking it. But,
I'm sorry.
Well, the reason why I said that, because I heard the word sacrifice. So, I don't know if that's how she's trying to explain it to me. Like, I don't know. She's not showing. I don't know if she's having a problem showing it to me, or I'm just not getting it. Or I'm questioning everything right now. I could be doing that. Damn Aquarius Libra mind over here. She comes across as this type that would like put everybody before herself.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, sacrifice could mean something totally different. It could mean that she sacrificed a lot in her life.
She did a lot for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, everybody.
Because I get like charities and or charitable work, I should say. I don't know if she ever volunteered in like a soup kitchen. Or if
my grandpa did in
okay.
My grandpa did.
Okay.
Her husband.
Okay, because I keep seeing like I'm in almost like I'm in like a soup kitchen or like where they feed the homeless, and I'm like putting stuff on people's plates. So.
Yeah, he served at the Portuguese Hall in a town nearby. He would do it every year.
Okay.
Every single year.
Okay.
Like, they counted on him.
Okay. That makes sense. Because she could talk about, things in her family.
Yeah.
But they're very, very charitable people anyways. Very kind people. Oh, she's frustrating me. Because I get like a snap of the fingers too. So something happened very quickly.
Yep.
Did she, because I feel like she like was out and about and walked a lot of places and stuff like that, but for some reason I keep feeling like it's like busy around me, like I'm walking down a street or something like that, or there's a reference to like cars passing me.
Yeah.
Does this relate to her passing, or is it just in general?
Yeah, it relates to her passing.
Okay, because it's almost like was she hit trying to throw somebody, like, it's kind of weird how she's showing me, because like I keep trying to find out like what happened, because she's driving me crazy with this. And it's like I keep getting a reference to like I'm walking down the sidewalk and I hear all these cars, and like I'm in like kind of like a city-ish type thing. But it's almost like she shows me is there a car with this? Because I keep hearing cars honking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but it's almost like whatever, because she's giving me bits and pieces now, because I'm like, just freaking show me. Because it's almost like I push somebody out of the way, or I get, that's where it comes in, like like somebody else is alive because I'm not. If that makes sense.
Yeah, in a way, yes.
Okay. So was there an impact?
Yeah.
Okay. So was she like hit with a car or a vehicle? Or was there the vehicle involved in all of this? Because I just keep getting impact. Keep getting reference to a vehicle, and I keep getting a reference to like I'm not here, but they are, and they're a younger person than me.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, you're kind of on the right track.
I'm trying to get her to show me, but it's coming in as bits and pieces, and I'm trying to perceive it correctly, because I feel like she keeps putting me on the street, like on the side of the street, and it's like super, like I just keep getting reference like cars like whizzing by me. And I don't know if there's like buses on this. I keep hearing like a bus stop.
Yes.
So, because I keep hearing a bus, you know how like when a bus pulls up to a bus stop and it makes a noise?
Yes.
And you hear like the screeching brakes? Like I keep getting that too. So there's a bus involved in this too? I don't know why she's going on and on about or she's making me hear that.
So they were coming back from my cousin's football game. My cousin was on the football bus, the bus that the football players were on, and her and my grandpa, along with like 5 other people, were hit head on by a drunk driver.
Okay. So they were in the bus then?
What was that?
So they were in the bus?
They weren't on the bus. No, my cousin was on the bus.
Your
they were in
cousin
their
was
expedition.
On the bus. Okay.
Which could be like a bus, I guess.
Okay, so she was in the car. Why wasn't she just showing me it was a car accident then? Because usually if it's a car accident, they'll say accident, or they'll make me hear like the way that it sounds. But instead she's giving me all the sounds around her. She could be protecting me from seeing it too. They do that sometimes. Yeah. But she's just more like giving me the sounds of around everything.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. She probably doesn't want you to see everything.
They're sometimes they do that. So it's more like I'm gonna give you certain things that are involved in it, but I'm not gonna show you everything. And sometimes they do that. Like, and I'll sit here and I'll just like push them, and they're just like, oh. Because usually, like I said, but that's where the impact comes in at. That's why I was getting an impact.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense. I don't know why she was like putting me almost like a remote view, like I'm on the sidewalk and I'm watching it. If that makes sense. Without showing me everything, but she was like, there's a bus involved and there's this involved.
She likes to talk in circles.
That's what she's doing. It's like I can't get a straight answer out of this woman. Like I'm just like, show me what happened. All the other spirits, they tell me an accident, they show me an accident. Where are you not showing me? But I think also that's like there's something though about it was a sacrifice to her because she left, somebody else didn't. So however she means that, I don't know if that makes sense to you.
Yeah, it does. It does make sense.
Okay.
My cousin was in the car. He was following them. He saw everything happen, and so he had passed them, so maybe that's what you're thinking.
Well, this is why I keep putting myself in front of loved ones. Yeah, so it's the way that it feels. But, you know, it's how we perceive it. So it feels like I'm putting myself in front of a loved one.
Yeah.
So, So did Grandpa also pass then?
Yeah, Grandpa was driving.
Okay. But because there's something about, like, her trying to grab the wheel or something like that. That might not be something that you know. But but she shows me, like, the snap of the finger and the impact. So she was giving me the hint of it without showing it to me. And I feel like she's saying if it hadn't been them, it would have been the cousin that was younger. If that makes sense. So now now everything kind of makes sense. It's just I didn't understand. Because she kept saying, like, I put myself before my loved ones. And if she was in front of her loved one and he's younger and he survived it, then that's her sacrifice. On a spiritual level, that's her sacrifice. Because if it wouldn't have been her, it would have been him. That's the way that she's bringing it across. Okay, this makes sense now.
I could totally see her saying that.
Yeah.
So it makes sense.
Oh, I get it now. I didn't get it. I don't get it when I'm sitting here trying to put the puzzle pieces together of all the things I'm seeing. But yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And it was weird because she kept putting me on the sidewalk like I'm just watching it. And then give me bits and pieces like, I don't know, she's trying to give me puzzle pieces. Or talk in circles, like you said, without really telling me what happened. I just think she didn't want me to see certain things, but she was hinting at, like, what happened, like, about, because she does look at it like it was a sacrifice in a way, because she didn't survive, but he did because of that happening. Like, that's how she looks at it. And how far away was the bus from them with this? Because I keep hearing, like, the bus pulling up and...
I don't think the bus was too... I honestly don't think the bus was close by, but I think just maybe, like, my cousin who was, like I said, who she sacrificed kind of was, like, literally right behind her, but the actual bus that the football players were on was probably maybe, I'd say, 5-10 minutes away from them. Okay. I don't think they were anywhere close by because they didn't see anything.
Okay, so it might just be telling me about him being on the bus and all that. That could be
they were coming home from a football game, maybe.
All right, that makes sense. So, did the guy do jail time for this? Because I keep seeing the guy in jail.
That's the thing, is that we still don't really know. I mean, it actually happened pretty recent, and he was in, I guess, critical condition as well at first, but I guess, like, he was in the hospital as an inmate. Yeah. So we're still kind of, like, working things out with lawyers and stuff. We don't really quite know. I don't think he has a case or anything, like, or there hasn't been a court date or anything assigned yet. Right. So.
Well, I think she showed me the future, like, he's going to do jail time for this. And definitely. It's going to be, like, vehicular manslaughter. Because he was under the influence. And I feel like this is something he did all the time. Yeah. And there might be something in the past, like, in his past and his record that, like driving drunk or something like that he got a ticket for or something. Because it comes across as she's talking about, like, this isn't the first time that he did this. And I got chills with that. So she's just saying, like, it's not the first time he did it, whether he was caught or not. I don't know if there's anything in his record, but he did this a lot. He apparently drove drunk a lot. Like, he's an alcoholic is the way that it comes across. Yeah. Unfortunately. So, where does the 60s come in? Like, is it 60s in the age, or is it 1960?
Yeah, she was 60. Okay. She was, she was in her 60s when she passed.
Okay. Because they will just give me the age range. Sometimes it's the direct number, but usually it's like 60s. I was in my 60s. Thing. Okay.
Yeah, she was still really young.
Yeah, she was. And very, like I said, vibrant and spicy. And she keeps showing me, there's a reference to, I don't know if she had plans to go on vacation, or there's a reference to a vacation that I either took or I'm going to take, unless it's you. But there's a reference to, or someone else, but there's a reference to a vacation, because they usually show me, like, the beach and things like that. That's how I take a vacation spot. Mm-hmm. So she's showing that to me, so I don't know if she had one planned or she had taken one that was really important, or if you're going to take one, but Or there's another meaning to it.
Oh, go ahead. There's what?
I said, or there's another meaning to it. I don't know.
Her and my grandfather drove us to the airport in July to go to Hawaii. But also I know, like, literally the day that she passed, she had called my mom on the phone and said that she had wanted to go to Mexico. But that's because we have family there.
Mm-hmm.
And she kind of had business to take care of there because, like, I think because she was born in Mexico. So it's something with her retirement. She had stuff to take care of, like, for herself.
Yeah.
So I know she had told us literally the day that she passed, we were on the phone with her, and she said that she wanted to go to Mexico, so maybe.
That's why that's coming up. I'll take any place that's like that. Like, vacation-wise, that's just my symbolism for it. Right, so it has a multiple meaning thing because taking you to Hawaii, but I think it's really for the Mexico. That's how I want to take it. And she's just saying, like, that was something she wanted to do, which she did on the other side. Like, she's on the beach all the time over there. I don't know if she liked the beach, but she keeps showing me, like, beautiful scenery. So, lounging on the beach with Grandpa.
Well, that's good.
And I don't know, like, they don't really drink on the other side, so it's probably symbolic, but you know how they have the drinks with, like, the umbrellas and stuff, and they're clinking glasses, like, they're sitting in, this is what she shows me, like, they're sitting in like, beach chairs, like, on the beach, and they go like this, and they do a cheers, with their glasses. I don't know. Maybe they like to drink every now and then, but if not, she's just letting you know that she's okay. And I also get, like, an instant. So this was almost like she shows me, like, the car's coming, then there's a flash, and then that's it. So if you ever wondered if she had felt anything, or if, this was something that, like, she suffered or anything like that, she's letting you know, like, it was, she didn't feel or see anything. It was just, as the car was coming, it was like, everything's white and I'm on the other side. That's like, there's a flash of light. So angels came and took them. That's the way that it comes across. So, I feel like that's something that's important for the family to know, and that's important for you to know.
It is.
Cause I feel like were you really close with her? Like, I feel like you spent a lot of time with her growing up.
Yeah, I did. My mom also, I mean, that was my mom's best friend. So, I mean, like, she that was something she wondered if they suffered at all, because
that's why she
didn't want her mom to suffer.
That's why that's coming in like that. So for Mom, because she's always wondered that, like, sometimes they'll tell me that, like, if that's a question that they have. And so, she wants Mom to know that she didn't suffer. It was like a snap of the fingers and I'm on the other side,
Thank you.
And, so she's, sorry, I'm cold. She's talking about, like, where does the bread come in at? Does she have, like, a specific thing for bread that she made, or that she likes, like, a recipe for, I don't know, she keeps showing me, like, a loaf of bread. I don't know what this means.
It has multiple meanings, I think.
Okay.
She loved, like, sweet, but also my mom really loves sweet, so I don't know if she's trying to connect to my mom. My mom also has celiac. I don't know if that has anything to do with it.
Is that where you can't eat bread?
Yeah, my mom can't eat bread.
Okay, that might be it then. Yeah. Because I've never had that vision, and like I said, it's how it makes sense to you guys. Like, they just show me symbolisms, and I don't know what it means half the time. So, alright, that makes sense. Yeah, she's trying to, like, the lantern thing wasn't for you guys, right? I'm making sure, because sometimes they pop in before the reading before.
And it's crazy, because I was thinking that. It was a lantern thing. There was a nice candle visual for them that the whole community had for them, because they were big members of the community. So literally, like, the whole football field was filled with, like, a light, like, candles, for them. Like,
okay.
The day after they passed.
All right. So that's just that's the symbolism for memorial sometimes.
Yeah.
So, because sometimes they'll come in the reading before. And it's
I
like,
know, I kind of was thinking that.
It's a piggyback. It's like, hold off, wait your turn, but it's like they know they're next, so this is their way of letting you know they know that you're coming in. So, all right, I just had to make sure because that was kind of coming up again, like to say, no, it belongs here, and July probably belongs here too then.
Yeah, well, July they took us to Hawaii.
Yeah.
So
so that she came in the other reading, and that's why she couldn't really connect with it. It's just the way that these.
Yeah.
It's the way that these piggybacks work. It's like they don't wait their turn sometimes. So she talks about, like, I feel like your mom and her did everything together. There's a lot of intimate moments where there's conversations and things like that, like she's talking about. And I feel like she taught her a lot, too. Whether in a lot of things like cooking, cleaning, like she made her, like, step in with her. Like, you know, if I'm, like, doing the dishes or cooking something, like, my daughter's helping me. Like, that kind of energy comes in. Like, they were a team. Yeah. Like, that kind of comes in.
Yeah, they were. They're like, my mom is like her clone.
Yeah. And there's like, I keep getting something with like embroidery. I keep seeing like this thing and it has like embroidery, like a name on it or something. I don't know if it's like a handkerchief or what the heck this is. And I don't know if it's like somebody has something like that or if it was like sewing or something was taught like that. But that's the way I keep seeing it. I keep seeing like a handkerchief or something with a name on it. It's kind of weird. I don't know. Probably watch it fit the people after you. I don't know.
I know, right? I'm not quite sure about
I don't know either. So was there a baby boy that was born before her passing or after her passing? Because I keep going back to this boy that I'm like kissing.
There was, the cousin that she basically sacrificed, I guess if that's what like that's what she's trying to say. His son was also in the car. But there was a baby girl that passed with her and my grandfather. So there was, all three of them were killed in the car accident, and it was my other cousin, a baby. So she basically she was buried with the baby in her casket. So but that was a girl baby.
Yeah. I don't know. I kept seeing it in blue, but it doesn't matter. It's a baby. It could be that there's another baby gonna come in.
There was, she was very close to like I said, my other cousin that was behind her, his baby boy, she was very close with him.
Okay. So he does have he does have a baby boy. Okay. That could be it. But also that might be another reason why she was talking about like she loved her family and her babies and all of that. Because if she's really close to that baby boy, but it could be that because I don't know if like she used to kiss him and stuff like that. It could be there's another one coming, but it's almost like she just kissed these babies all over.
Yeah, she did. She loved just her family, you know.
Like there's like lipstick marks all over this baby.
Yeah, I could totally see her doing that. So.
She keeps just showing me that, and I'm just like, okay, I get it. You love your babies. So, do you know where they're showing me a cross? This is either a memorialization of where it happened, or this can be if they're part of the church. But they keep showing me a cross. Or she's showing me a cross.
She was very religious too. Okay. I mean, she went to church every Sunday. She was Catholic.
Okay, that's why I usually get it sometimes. But was there also flowers put in this area?
In the area where she was buried?
Where this happened.
Where that happened. I personally, I haven't had the courage to go to the site, just because it is in a bad area. So there could be flowers there. I know there's flowers at her grave site.
Okay, because I keep seeing like piles of flowers, but I want to relate it to where this happened at. So I don't know if like people that knew her in the community like just started putting flowers and candles and bears out there. Like that's kind of how it comes across. So I mean, if you're not there, you don't know, but maybe somebody else does. I don't know.
Yeah, definitely.
But that's the way, like, it's coming across. And I don't know, maybe the bouquet's for you. I don't know, are you going to get married?
Yeah.
Did you get married? I don't know. I'm trying to figure out where that damn bouquet fits.
Yeah.
Does it relate to you at all?
No,
Or
I don't
anybody in the
anyone,
family?
so.
I'm trying to figure out where this bouquet belongs.
Yeah, maybe one of us can figure it out.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I get annoyed when, like, I can't figure out what something means. Like, it'll keep coming up, and I'm like, what the heck does that mean? But it does come across like I'm handing it to you, like, you're gonna get married next. Like,
oh, wow.
That's the way that it comes in. If you're not married already, then...
yeah, I know I'm not married, so maybe she's trying to tell me that.
Maybe.
You know?
Maybe it was you with the bouquet, because it's coming in again. So it seems like she was a little pushy.
Yeah.
And she kind of took over the other reading a little bit with some things, because that's coming up again. So, you never know.
Yeah.
But she wants to talk about, like, mom's really struggled with this.
Yeah.
And does your mom, like, have some of her jewelry or something? There's a reference to, like, a necklace that keeps coming in, but that could be symbolic for jewelry in general.
I don't know necessarily that she has a necklace, but I mean, I have her jewelry with me right now. I have her jewelry. My mom does have, stuff from hers, like her earrings from the car accident. So, like, there's, like, blood, like, on the earrings, that my mom has.
She doesn't like that. There's
okay.
that on there. Because she feels like it's a reminder every time your mom sees it, she remembers the accident.
Yeah, I don't know that my mom necessarily taking on to. I think my aunt might be, because she had 4 kids, my grandma.
Right.
So I know that her earrings are in a box. I don't know who has them, but my mom did see them. And yeah, my mom has really struggled with the accident, because that was, like, her best friend, you know?
But it's almost like they don't like us to hold on to anything that are reminders of that. And I think it's okay if it's the necklace, but it's more like wash it off. Like,
yeah.
You know,
yeah.
She doesn't like that morbidity, like, attached to the jewelry. But the necklace is symbolic for jewelry to me. Sometimes it's, like, the specific, and sometimes it's just jewelry in general.
Yeah.
So...
I've given her a necklace before, but I don't know if that's...
That could be it, yeah. Yeah. Like, it's a multiple meaning thing. Because it was like, she showed me the necklace, but then she mentioned jewelry. So it's like 2 separate things. Like, here's your jewelry, and then, you know, the necklace. So if the necklace has meaning to you, like, you gave her one, then that's what she's talking about, because you gave her one.
Yeah.
But then she said jewelry, so she's talking about jewelry. She just brought it in together because they're similar things. Or they're both jewelry, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When they do things like that sometimes to me. But she wants you to tell your mom that, like, she loves her. I feel your mom talks to her a lot. Your mom's really struggled with this. And she says if your mom needs help, that, like, she needs to reach out for it. Because I feel like your mom's trying to really be strong. And there's certain times where she's a little depressed. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
And she's crying all the time. And she wants her to, like, if she needs the help, like, to reach out for it. Because she's kind of concerned about her mental health in regards to all of this. And also the unanswered questions and stuff that your mom has. Like, she wants your mom to know that she's okay and she will see her again. Like, there is no separation. That connection is always there. She is always there. It might just be it's just in a different way. Like, she just dropped her body and she went home. And we all go home eventually. It's just a how and when we go home is what she's saying. So she wants your mom to know, like, she's with her very much so. I get birds for some reason. There's a reference to birds, but also, like, those good memories that pop in her head or anything like that. I feel like your mom just needs to know that she hasn't left her. Because I feel like your mom feels very abandoned, and I understand that feeling because my mom is my best friend, and I don't know how I would feel. So I kind of am getting that kind of relation of, like, it would be really hard, but she needs her to know that she's, like, with her, because I think your mom still goes over things in her head, like, what she could have done different, what should have been done different, like, if this would have happened, if that would have happened, you know, and then she worries about, like, what your mom went through, and she wants her to, like, stop that, because she says there's nothing that could have been done any different that would have changed the course of things. She says sometimes things are just fated, and she she takes me back to, like, she didn't feel anything.
Yeah.
But she wants to thank her for all the memories and all the things that she did for her, because I feel like your mom did a lot for her too. Like, they did a lot for each other.
Yeah.
And so she wants to thank her for, like, all the memories, for having that relationship with her on Earth. She wants to thank her for that, because she says it was very, from the moment she was born, she shows me, like, it was like one of the happiest moments of her life. And she says that she got to raise, her child, like, they were just so much alike, and they were so, like, I feel like the daughter was just, like, on her hip, like, all the time, or by her, like, her little shadow, like, following her around everywhere. And that's what she keeps showing me. And, like, they did a bunch of little stuff together. Like, I don't know if they made, I keep getting, like, gingerbread cookies or something like that, or a reference to, like, cookies, but Christmas, like, I feel like they did stuff around Christmas, especially when she was young, whether that be, like, baking or anything like that. Like, that's how it kind of comes across. But she shows me, like, little things that they used to do together.
Yeah.
And she's just very thankful for all those moments and all that time that they got to share, because she says that's what impacted my life, and that's what impacted her life. And, and she looks at you as almost a daughter as well, because, you're a lot like your mom.
Yeah.
And she says it runs in the family. Like, you guys are all very similar. And you all have really good hearts. You're very compassionate, and you're good people. And she's very, like, she prides herself in that, and the way that you guys were raised, and the way that everybody is, and how you're just good, wholesome people. So, that's her, I think that's her biggest message. And she wants to know wants mom to know that she loves her very much, and that she's proud of her for continuing to move on, because she knows that it takes a lot of strength to continue moving on and moving forward after something like this, because, again, this came out of left field. This was tragic. No one was expecting this. And she says it just goes to show, for the people in the chat, you never know what tomorrow holds. I don't know why she's bringing that. She likes to teach lessons. So, just like, don't ever depend on a man. You never know what tomorrow's going to hold. Make sure you let your loved ones know that you love them, that kind of thing. And she always knew she was loved. That's one thing that she's bringing up. I don't know if it feels like there was a conversation prior to this. I don't know if it was a phone or something, like a phone call or something like that. But I always feel like love you was always at the end of a conversation. And so she knows that she was always loved. They both know that they were always loved. And so now we know why Papa was coming in. I keep wanting to call him Papa. But with the soup kitchen was because he's with her, which I didn't know. But now I get why they were coming in together, kind of. Or he had to throw something in about him.
He did.
But she's the spokesperson. But, he's there.
Yeah, he's probably like, I don't want any part of this. I'll just kind of give my, like, he was one of those, like,
he's like he's very kind of more, like, shy, like, stand back and, like, lets her do on the talk, and that's how it was in life anyways.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, she always took over and was always the spokesperson and always did it. She wore the pants anyways, whether he liked it or not. That's
yeah, she definitely did.
That's what he's saying right now. It's like, I let her take care of everything. She's just taking care of everything. She'll give the message the way she's going to give the message. So, she's stepping back into the light. She's holding, did you guys call him Papa or Pops or?
I called him Papa Nick, yeah.
Okay. Because she shows me, like, they're holding hands and they're just, like, standing in the light. And they're smiling, so they're okay. They're happy. They're free. They're fine. And that's the biggest thing. So.
Yeah, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
That helps me a lot. And I know, like, once I tell my mom, too, that it'll help her.
Yeah. I hope so.
She's really struggled with it.
I will see.
Yeah.
So I hope this was helpful. She kind of beat around the bush a little bit, but I think we.
That was her. I'm so sorry.
You kind of understand. She's like, you could figure it out, but she showed it to me a lot different than they normally do, so it threw me a little bit. Like, I usually have specific symbolisms and things that are done for that, but I think she was just trying to be a little gentle with it.
She probably didn't want you to see everything.
Yeah, more or less show the